Friends, welcome back to my channel. In this session we will see what is positive, what is the low side, return side in a battery, in any power supply, and what is positive, negative and the ground potential, the return potential. This is a question from my viewer. It is a very long question. He says, I am confused in positive, negative and ground. What is difference among it? Please read this comment and reply and clear all this doubt, like what is the difference between plus 12, minus 12 and what is ground? What potential difference will between plus 12 and ground, minus 12 and ground, plus 12 and minus 12? Please make a long videos with deep detail. God bless you. Let's start. First of all, we will write the key points for this question. What is positive? What is negative? What is ground? Then the next part, what is the potential difference between positive to ground, negative to ground, positive to negative? We will see it in very simple and in very easy steps. Let's start. This is a battery terminal. It have some potential difference. It have marking here negative terminal and here it is positive terminal. This negative, it means it have negative potential. What is negative potential? That is excess of electrons, deficiency of electrons, excess of electrons. How many? We can say 6.25 10 raised to power 18 electrons. If here are more and here is deficient, so it is 1 volt. So this positive and negative polarity will show us that here is deficiency and here is excess of electrons. How we can check with our devices? When we connect in voltage mode, we have two probes. This probe is negative, black probe. This is red probe, positive probe. Actually, when we connect with this multimeter or any device or within any circuit, it allows to flow a current. When I will connect here, so it will allow a current from this device and it will measure the voltage. And if there is no negative sign here, that means this end is positive, this end is negative. This terminal have positive potential and this one has negative potential. If I will reverse the leads, what will happen? It will show negative 1.5. That means the polarity of flow of current is now reversed. So it will sense that the polarity is opposite. Positive. The positive terminal is large and second terminal, negative terminal, is small. We can say here it is 1.5 volts. In electronic circuits, electrical circuits, when we connect some load, it will allow to flow current. Here is R. It is closed electrical circuit and the Ohm's law will applicable here. In closed electrical circuit, the amount of current, how much current will flow, that will depend on this resistor. If I will say the electronic current, so electronic current will move due to electrons. So I will mark here. It will reach to positive terminal. And if we say conventional current will move from positive terminal to negative terminal, it is the same. Just only the theory is different. It is moving by holes and it is moving by electrons. So it will identify the direction of flow of current. It is one battery. This is called positive terminal and it is called return line. Low side. In some words we can say it is ground terminal. It is high side. It is positive side. High, positive, hot wire, and it is also called cold side. Now this is condition that we connected one battery. If we use another battery in the same direction, this return line is connected here, positive, negative. In this way, what will happen? Now we are connecting two sources in series. The terminal here, it was separated, so I used the other cell here. Now we have this condition: positive, negative, positive, negative. Now if we take this point as a common point between these two sources, so it will called common. It is also known as common return, low side, ground. This time we have this condition. We will consider this point as a reference point. This point is reference. Now when we have reference, we will identify the voltage with this reference point from this return line. We will connect this ground wire here. We will connect black wire here, and this is our now test probe. When we will connect here, it is 1.39 volt positive. Now we are measuring voltage with this reference point to positive side. And when we will measure here, the multimeter will show negative 1.5 volt. That means this point is now more negative with this reference point. This is now negative. The first question, what is positive? Positive, that means here is deficiency of electrons. The negative terminal within one source, that means here is excess of electrons. Here are more electrons, here are less electrons. So this deficiency will determine the potential difference. What is the ground terminal? Within two sources. In one source we can say this point is ground. We can consider any one line as a ground. It is up to you. You can select positive point as a ground point. So this point will become negative at that time. But if we are selecting this return line as a ground terminal, this is in one source. So this point is now negative. If you will connect any load between this point, so Here electronic current will flow in one source, in one resistor like this. This is our one source. But when we will say the complete, now one current is moving here, the second current will move with total potential difference. This is branch current now due to this source, due to which across this battery negative to positive terminal, and the total current will move from negative terminal to this positive terminal. So what will the potential difference between positive and ground? So this is the potential difference between ground to positive, return to positive, and this one return to low side, it is negative 1.5 volt. Why? Because this point is negative than this point, the common point. And what will the positive to negative in this condition, the both sources will add it. This negative to positive, if we check here, it is 1.5 volt. This one 1.394 volt. So this is now positive terminal. From positive to this terminal, the both sources will add it, 2.9 volt. This plus this. Here it was 1.4 volt, 1.5, 2.9. In this condition, when we will use two sources in series, at that time this point will not used. At that time the voltage will add it and the current will remain same. And if we see in power supplies, if we have one transformer here which have center tape winding, and if we use this rectifier, capacitor, and we use another rectifier, now this is cathode side. Here we will receive positive voltage and here we will receive negative voltage. And if we check this one, this is now return line, this is now negative, and this is now positive. We can say if it is 12 volt positive and this one 12 volt negative, if we will connect the common lead here, this lead here, the multimeter will show 12 volt without any sign. So that will, in this condition. Similar, here is 1.39 volt without any negative sign. So multimeter will show that this end is positive, this end is return line. But when we will connect similar here, this return and here, it will show negative sign. So it will show negative 12 volt. But if we will measure the voltage from this point to this point, both sources will add it. It will show 24 volt. At that time, we will connect red lead here, black lead here. So voltage between this point to this point, from this point to this point, minus 12 volt. Here to here, plus 12, minus 12, and from here to here, 24 volt. So when we say these sources, voltage source, that means this is return line, and in common words we say it is ground potential, that it has zero voltage. In electrical circuit there is safety ground that is connected to earthing ground. Earthing ground, chassis ground, that are for safety, that are connected to the earthing terminal of the ground potential and earthing terminal to the transformer in our utility power supply. But in closed electrical circuits, the center point, the common node here, that is this point, it is called return line as or low side or ground, cold, common. So this terminal is our return path. I hope so you enjoyed this video. If it is good, hit the like button. If you have any question, please write in the comments. Thanks for watching.